It's highly on video time. I'm responding to a comment that reads, what do you make of the most recent Seeking Alpha article on HYLN, saying Carno is not anything new and has no advantage over existing competitors like Mainspring's linear generator? Well, this guy apparently has a YouTube channel and he's a independent analyst, and his name's Steven, and he actually finds HYLN interesting.
But we're looking at Centrius, HYLN, and Net Power, who we bought last month, as being the sort of the potential suppliers of clean electricity. Electricity is going to grow massively over the next few years, or the supply of electricity. And I think there's going to be a tendency to make it as clean and green as possible. And those three companies seem to have really good technologies. HYLN are using the linear generator, very similar to what Mindspring use. In fact, exactly the same as what they use. But we're going to look at it. HYLN have got a poor reputation with me. You know, they've not had success in the past. Those managers have not been truthful about things. They didn't tell the truth about where their truck was going. They said everything was going fine. They had loads of sales. It was working really well. And it just wasn't true. It just wasn't happening. So not going into that particularly hopeful. But Centrus Energy and New...
So he's not very happy with what happened with the Hypertruck ERX. They ditched it, and he doesn't have faith in the management, and that's an understandable feeling. But he has them on this prospect spreadsheet that he has up here, and as you can see, it says HYLN Holdings Corp. And one thing that he mentions in this,
the linear generator, very similar to what Mindspring use. In fact, exactly the same as what they use.
He says that the linear generator is exactly the same as what Mainspring uses. The diagram at the bottom is from the US Patent Office for the Carno generator. And the diagram at the top is from Mainspring. So you're telling me that these are exactly the same. They have similar shapes. The diagram at the top, it has two pistons. And the diagram in the bottom, it has one piston. Diagram at the top has these little vertical lines that poke out on each side, and the diagram at the bottom does not. I would say that these are different. They're different. Now, this is going to be triggering for some people.
So these are the other two companies that I said would never make it. Of course, whenever I say that, people tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, I got a whole load of grief about HYLN. Way back in 2021, I said, I don't think the Hypertruck will sell. I got a huge amount of grief. I even had some death threats over that, believe it or not, and people reporting me to the SEC and stuff. Ridiculous. But what happened? Closed it completely. Never got to market. Didn't sell a single truck. Had to lay off 175 staff.
No, what he said in the short term is true. They didn't sell a single truck and they laid off 175 employees. But if you drill a little bit deeper, you'll see that there is a new patent for the Hypertruck that was submitted on April of 2024. The problem is we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it could come back. There's a remote chance, like 1 in 1 million chance that it could come back. And they actually did that move in hindsight to save the company, because otherwise HYLN at this point would be running out of money. and that wouldn't be a good thing. But it's still trucking along. There's no trucks that people can see.
Great thing about Seeking Alpha was that it really made me look in greater detail. I made better choices because the editors won't allow these articles to go through unless you've got a really thorough analysis. They don't necessarily have to agree with what you say, but they check that you've gone into the correct detail to make your point. And it actually improved my performance. Got to say, it did make a big difference. Improved my performance a lot.
I did read the article, and he did quite a bit of research. Going back to the comments, saying Carno is not anything new. So we'll just jump to that section, get what my take is on it. And in here, he says linear generators are not new. The first patent for a free piston linear generator was granted in 1943. So he's not saying that the Carno generator is not new, not anything new. It's just that the technology that it comes from is old. The same can be said with Mainspring, with their generator. Mainspring's generator is relatively new, but it actually comes back from technology created 100 years ago. The second part is it has no advantage over existing competitors like Mainspring's linear generator. And we have to go down to the competition and other linear generators. The market leader in the technology is Mainspring. It's a private company. They have been in full commercial operations for 5 years and have multiple installations across the United States. Mainspring has first mover advantage. It's a similar thing with when people compared HYLN and Nikola Motors. They were developing trucks. Nikola had first mover advantage. HYLN would just kind of do more testing in the background, and people are like, HYLN with the hay, just you need to start selling stuff. And they decided to shelve the whole thing. The Carno is an almost identical product to the Mainspring linear generator. I've already gone over the pictures. They're different. They can run on the same range of fuels, despite HYLN CEO saying in Q3 earnings, quote, "This demonstration highlights the generator's unique capability to adapt to different fuel sources," unquote. It is not a unique capability to Carno and is listed as a key selling point on the Mainspring's website. Let's look at the Mainspring's website. See the Mainspring's website? Fuel flexible. Mainspring's linear generator technology continuously adjusts compression and expansion, allowing it to dynamically adjust for varying fuel quality and different types of fuels, including renewable fuels such as biogas, green ammonia, and green hydrogen. So if you want to get technical about it, I would say it's not a unique capability to Carno. Rather, it's a unique capability to linear generators. It's just that Healy is kind of bending the truth to make it look like Carno is the only product that does it. However, it's not. Another thing that he points out, the benefit to HYLN is that Mainspring has already proven the technology works and has done a number of case studies on their website showing how the machine works in all of the use cases described by HYLN. So that's a very good thing. It will not help HYLN that Mainspring began commercial deployment in 2021, and since then has partnered with NextEra Energy, one of the leading suppliers of energy in the US, to help customers purchase, install, and run their generators. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. That's it. It's over with. There's no other energy providers out there in America that can partner with HYLN. The only one was NextEra Energy, and that was it. Of course, there's like 20 different energy utility providers that HYLN can partner with. I don't think that's going to hinder HYLN in any way. Just that customer's taking, just go to another one, or just climb on board with the Department of Defense. I mean, you think with the new administration coming in, they're going to say, let's stop hugging trees and let's get back to work. And you're going to see a shift with all this clean energy stuff. And at the end of the day, they just want to produce energy yesterday. And they're just going to pick whatever's available. Well, I know that there's regulation behind like nuclear energy and stuff, but they're going to go, okay, we'll take this from Mainspring. How many can you produce? HYLN, 0? You don't know? How long does it take to... So that's where HYLN needs to get its act together. But conclusion. The electricity generating market HYLN is targeting looks set for significant growth spurt in the coming years, and several technologies from multiple companies are chasing the rewards. That's good. That's very good. HYLN is entering a strong energy market instead of a weak freight market. HYLN is having a second attempt to bring a product to market. Like HYLN's previous product, the Carno generator is not unique. We've kind of been through that before, and has little to differentiate it from the market-leading linear generator from Mainspring. Okay. Can we 3D print... Can Mainspring 3D print a linear generator? Can HYLN 3D print a Carno generator? One says no, the other says yes. We have ourselves a differentiation there. I will sit on the fence and see how the story unfolds. If HYLN brings its generator to market and can generate significant sales, I will look again, but until then, I will stay out. Oh, that's good. You stay out, I'll stay in, and I'll just slowly accumulate shares as time goes by. That's not a recommendation for you to buy anyway, but that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.